Far, far away in the distant corners of the world, there was a kingdom filled with enchanting tales since the dawn of time. This kingdom was known as Peristan. Peristan was a place of splendor and mysterious beauty. The ruler of the kingdom, King Ferdinand, and his queen, Queen Isabella, were bound together by a fairy tale love. One day, when the most precious treasure of the kingdom, the dragon's tear, mysteriously disappeared, the kingdom fell into darkness. The dragon's tear was of vital importance for the prosperity and safety of the kingdom. This unique jewel was guarded by the protective dragon of the kingdom, Tarragon. However, one fateful night, Tarragon's cave was raided, and the dragon's tear was stolen. The royal family began searching for a hero who could retrieve the treasure and restore peace to the kingdom. Meanwhile, in a small village outside the kingdom, there lived a young girl named Aria. Aria, like the other youngsters in her village, had only heard of the wonders of the kingdom in fairy tales. However, one night, she had a mysterious dream. In her dream, she saw Tarragon shedding tears and asking for help. Determined to decipher the meaning of her dream, Aria set out on a journey towards the kingdom. Along the way, she met a friendly dragonfly named Dragonfly. Dragonfly guided Aria and encouraged her throughout the journey. Upon reaching the kingdom, Aria promised King and Queen that she would retrieve the dragon's tear. However, she would have to confront dark forces who had stolen the treasure. With Dragonfly's help, Aria explored various regions of the kingdom, gathering clues. Eventually, Aria and Dragonfly reached the Oracle Cave, where the dragon's tear was hidden. However, the cave was filled with treacherous traps. Aria's courage and wit helped her navigate through the traps. In the depths of the cave, they encountered the dark forces guarding the dragon's tear. Aria engaged in a battle, facing the kingdom's deepest fears. With Dragonfly's assistance and her inner strength, she emerged victorious against the dark forces. Retrieving the dragon's tear, Aria and Dragonfly returned triumphantly to the kingdom. They were welcomed as heroes by the king and queen. As the dragon's tear once again gleamed on Tarragon's chest, the kingdom was bathed in light. Aria became the most beloved hero of Peristan. Her courage and bravery would be recounted in tales for generations to come. However, the peace of the kingdom did not last long. One night, news of the dragon's tear being stolen again shook the kingdom. In concern, the king and queen summoned Aria. As the greatest hero of the kingdom, Aria was once again called upon to duty. This time, finding out who had stolen the dragon's tear would prove to be even more challenging. Aria and Dragonfly searched every corner of the kingdom, but tracking down the culprit was no easy task. They ventured through the kingdom's daunting forests by night and shimmering cities by day. Throughout their journey, Aria and Dragonfly encountered various adventures. They overcame obstacles, made allies, and faced great dangers. Yet, no hardship could break their resolve. Finally, while tracing the whereabouts of the dragon's tear, Aria and Dragonfly reached the mysterious chambers of an ancient temple in the farthest corner of the kingdom. The temple, an abandoned sanctuary of forgotten gods, was filled with deep secrets. Inside the temple, they encountered a trap guarding the dragon's tear. However, guided by Dragonfly and her own inner strength, Aria managed to overcome the traps. Waiting for them in the chamber where the dragon's tear was kept was a surprising figure. The one who had stolen the dragon's tear was none other than Lady Evangeline, the kingdom's most trusted advisor. Aria was bewildered, but as she learned Lady Evangeline's true intentions, her shock turned into determination. Lady Evangeline had stolen the dragon's tear not to protect the kingdom but for her own personal power and glory. However, Aria's courage and belief in justice proved to be more powerful than Lady Evangeline's ambitions. A battle ensued, and with Dragonfly's help, Aria confronted Lady Evangeline. The royal advisor used her powers to attack Aria, but Aria's determination and sense of justice prevailed. With the return of the dragon's tear to Tarragon's side, peace once again settled over the kingdom. Aria was hailed as the greatest hero of the realm, her name forever etched in the kingdom's history.